Namaste, brothers and sisters. It's Jen, and I'm just making this video because I'm really inspired and I feel like I have a really important message to share for everyone. And this is a message of support to the Divine Feminine, Twin Flames. And there's so much going on at the moment, and I'm getting so many downloads about what's going on with the collective Divine Masculine awakening at the moment. And the message I'm getting is that the feminine really needs to be prepared. She needs to be prepared for union vibrationally. So Spirit is like, Jen, you've got to get out there, you've got to make this video, because like union, like there's so many unions lining up at the moment, but they are all dependent on vibrational frequency. Like, so it's really imperative that we as the Divine Feminine truly fulfill our promise to the Divine Masculine, to en masse awaken to our spiritual heritage, our spiritual identity, the knowing that I am the I am presence, I am the Divine Goddess, I am that I am. And as we, in our own sacred remembrance, this activates all the codes of remembrance within the Divine Masculine. And so yeah, this is a message just to remind the Divine Feminine, to remind all of us that it's really our, we made a sacred responsibility to Mother, Father, God, to the Divine Masculine frequency of, we made a promise to the whole that we would do this, and that we would come together and gather together at these times to actually step over the threshold into full spiritual awakening. So I want to dedicate this video to to honour that and to acknowledge that what is actually going on in the collective consciousness, and just to offer an amazing energy of deep support and coaching and championship. All of you, I'm championing you, all of you, to come into union, the Divine Feminine. It's time to step up. And so I want to talk about like the main aspects of radiance, of the Divine Feminine, being in radiance and being in illumination, and what that actually means, and tools to be able to make that a living reality in our life. So the first thing that I want to talk about with regards to the Divine Feminine really coming into very stabilized alignment with her illumination codes and frequency, the master key to actually come into that full realization is, there are many master keys. There are 3 master keys, but the first one is to remember that you have a responsibility to make that choice. Like mastery, self-mastery, enlightenment, awakening, it is all a choice. It is an active doing process. It's not a passive sitting there waiting, saying, oh yeah, I'm enlightened now and everything's in bliss. It's not that at all. And if you think that it is that, you will be waiting a very long time, because you have to choose it. You have to step up. You have to realize that the world is not going to give you that gift of presence, of seeing who you are, of remembering who you are. No one's going to give it to you. It's so sad. Families won't give it to you. School won't give it to you. The media won't give it to you. No one will give that to you, because you have to claim it. I had to claim it. I had to realise one day, oh my God, it's been there all along. It was just waiting for me to claim. And then it was like the light, and it's so simple, but we're so heavily, deeply indoctrinated to, to place our source of survival outside of ourselves, to the detriment of all. So full awakening and coming into your illumination is realising that you have a duty, you have a responsibility to choose to remember how powerful you are, to choose to remember that it is your responsibility to show up into the world grateful, giving thanks, blessing, so choice. This is the master key. This is probably the most, most important master key, and it certainly was for me in my awakening journey, was the realization that, like, it isn't just something that happens to you. You have to keep choosing it. You have to keep choosing it. And every time you choose it, you're going against your ego. Because your ego doesn't want to, it doesn't want none of it. It doesn't want none of it. It's just a victim. It just wants to sit there and just wait for everything, moan that everything's completely rubbish. You know, that is the ego's job. And it will always do that. But, you know, look where that has got us. Look where that has got us. That just got me into misery. And until you realise one day, oh my God, happiness, like, you know, joy, appreciation, you know, blessings, they were there all along. I just had to claim them and see them and acknowledge them. And that was probably the most significant turnaround on my spiritual evolutionary path, was that moment of realization that it is active, it is a choice. So divine feminine, choose to be awakened, choose to claim your birthright, choose to bless, choose to emanate your radiance and your blessings to every being that you come into contact with in all planes of consciousness, you know, with your twin on the 5th dimension, if that's still where your union is at right now, and wherever you go in your day, you know, the children's teacher, the man in Tesco's, the supermarket, just like that is alongside with, you know, the first one of choice, is remembering that actually, like, it is our duty and responsibility to radiate positive frequency. We are the return of the goddess. We are all that is of love and safety and generosity, and you know, like, that is who we are. We are the divine feminine. And so another part of my awakening realization was that I had to go out into the world and actually radiate that positive energy, and that was the best experience of my whole life, that realization, because, like, the whole world is waiting for your positive frequency. Like, they're all ready just to meet you and to, like, connect and to have a party. Like, everyone is. And so if you approach the world in that positive frequency, like, everyone just gets lifted higher and higher and higher and higher. So that is another huge master key with regards to the divine feminine stepping into her radiance, is actually choosing to radiate with all of your family members, with your children, and, you know, with every person in your reality. That was a huge realization for me, because again, I was waiting. I was waiting for everyone else to generate to me. Waiting a long time. It didn't happen. So until I realised, God damn, that's my responsibility. I kind of like, you know, that's why I'm here. I'm here to radiate. I'm here to be the presence of the divine feminine. You know, so that is a huge realisation. And another really, there are many, and this is more than one video, but, like, for this video, another example of the divine feminine really exemplifying and embodying the fact that she is in her radiance, is where she really has come home to full trust in herself, trust in her higher self, where she knows that this is just an aspect of her divine consciousness. Here's my son. Finn, the divine feminine is awake to her multidimensionality. She knows that this part of her on earth is the most, like, the most tiniest aspect of herself, because she has fully awakened from the absolute, complete and utter nightmare of the 3rd dimension to the realization that she is in fact a multidimensional being, and her consciousness is coexisting on an infinite number of timelines and dimensions, and in those timelines she is in perfect union with her twin flame, because that is the absolute truth of all that is that divine union. And so, like, you have to know yourself. When you know yourself, there's no more searching. There's no more searching, like, because you know that you are your twin flame. Like, there's no there is no separation. There can be no separation. And so, like, when you have awoken to that knowing, there's such a deep peace that, like, you know, that permeates throughout all those dimensions, and it just kind of, like, wraps you in this blanket of bliss, of remembrance that this is just a tiny little aspect of ourselves, is who we are on the earthly plane. And that is when you're in radiance, when you know the truth. You know the truth of who you are, and that is the sacred marriage, the merge, the alignment with the divine self. And all of this is like, once this is experienced and known by the divine feminine, then this is automatically like every single thing that we experience on our evolution is directly experienced but with our divine counterpart. We have got the same hard drive computer. That's the best way to put it, actually. We've got the same hard drive. So all the input that's going in from my hard drive, it's going into the one hard drive. And so we are always absolutely, completely and utterly connected to our twin flames. And that is the truth. And that is the greatest lie that has been told to us as humans. You know, that is the greatest tragedy, that lie was imposed upon humanity, that I am an individual, you know, I am, as the divine feminine, I am just an individual, which we are all an individual, of course we are, but we are also one with each other and one with the self, and the self is masculine and feminine. That is just the way it is. And so that union, that marriage is completely and utterly activated in all dimensional spheres of reality. Now, we have been heavily, heavily programmed to not perceive that within the third dimension until you wake up. And then when you wake up, you remember. And so at that point, there's absolutely no craving, there's no yearning, there's no praying or begging God to be with your beloved, because you know that you are always with your beloved. You are always with your beloved. So how on earth, it would be an illusion for you, and it just doesn't happen. And that is when you're in your radiance, when you know the truth of who you are. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that you're not together on the third dimension. And it doesn't matter if you don't ever be together on the third dimension, because this is not who we are. This is a temporary, like, little tiny aspect of who we are. And in awakening in remembrance, there is the transcendence of the attachment of this vessel. And of course we are in a vibration of calling in that which is of the most enhancing for the vessel and healing and nourishing for the vessel. But there is that realization that who I am is far, far greater than this vessel. So you know, and when you're in that place of absolute knowing and absolute surrender, then you are in radiance. You're in radiance because you know who you are. And that is the duty of the divine, from the divine masculine, that we promised them that we would remember. We are the goddess. Like, we can remember. Look at me. I'm the goddess. You're the goddess. We're the goddess. The goddess is in men as well. Like, we're here. We remember. So, and that is how we come into radiance, is through remembrance, and only through remembrance. And then choice, active choice that comes from that remembrance, that empowerment of, like, it's an active timeline. It's not a static timeline, it's an active timeline, awakening. And and being awakened. So yeah, that's it. There is loads more, and I'm just feeling this amazing sense of gratitude that, like, you know, that I'm able to be this conduit for this particular amazing gateway of divine twin flame recognition that we are in, and just feeling like how, you know, this realization of what is actually going on with the masculine is really, really getting me to step up to support the feminine. And so I'm so excited to be here, to be having this conversation. I feel that, you know, it has taken me quite a long time to get to this place of, you know, sort of feeling comfortable with making videos and putting them out there and stuff. But now I feel like something has absolutely, totally shifted, and it's time, and the spirit will use me as a channel. But I'm not really a channel. I'm an upgrader. So like, it's all happening. Just even watching, just receiving, just being part of this conversation. This is a soul contract that we made, that I would fulfill my job and you would show up, and there would be this conversation where we are upgrading. And all that is that we are just coming into the frequency band of remembrance of the one divine self. That I am, that you are, that God is, that the trees are, that my mum is, that my son is, like everyone is, the carpet is, everything is one. Everything is one. And all that exists is union. All that exists is union. And anything that is not union, that is an illusion. That is an illusion. Because all there is union. So we all know that, but like that, and the thing about it is that, you know, the whole way that you become and really allow yourself to stabilize in being spiritually awake is by really, really listening to your heart and trusting your heart. You know, and that's what I've had to do, and that's what I have to do all the time to be who I am. Is that I've given, like, that's the captain, like, it's, yeah, the heart. My heart is the captain of this ship. And, you know, we've all got a heart, basically, but, you know, not a lot of many people are using it yet, but they are now, because this conversation is getting it going. Like, we have to reattune to the guidance, knowing, wisdom of our heart, because our heart, you know, and I said that, I think I said that in the very beginning video, it was like, our heart is the sat-nav. Our heart actually is the sat-nav. To deliver us to our destiny, to deliver us to our, in alignment with our higher self, to serve all, when we are tuned to the heart frequency. It's the absolute master attuned key. So you know, but no one will tell you that. You have to claim that. I had to claim it, and I was waiting. I was reading all the books, you know, waiting on some level for permission to listen to my heart and follow my heart, and ultimately to believe my heart. Like, that was the biggest jump, like believing it, because it was so beautiful, just so like absolute paradise, promises of paradise. And I was like, oh my God, can I really believe you? And then one day I was like, yes, that's who I am. That's not random. Those visions, those blueprints, those memories of paradise, they are not random. They are my destiny. And I know exactly how to manifest. And I am, and I have, you know, manifested paradise, because, you know, paradise is also, there is, of course, paradise is within the New Earth paradigm, within, you know, our physical union with our twin flame. Yes, definitely, but really, paradise is within. Paradise is a place within the self, which is actually where we come from and who we are. And it's like, it's where we reside, where our higher self resides, is in paradise. So, because it's all good, because it's all about God, and God is good. So there's a lot of paradise going on in the truth, as in, that's the vibrational frequency of who we truly are, is that paradise. So like it's also your duty to remember that. Remember, and those codes of paradise are simply in your heart. So you need to get rid of all those filters, all those beliefs, all those ideas that people have and society has imposed upon you, that is simply not possible. We need to just, you know, be so brave and just go, actually, you know what, I believe it. I no longer believe it. I know that is who I am. And yeah, and that is our gift to our brothers and sisters. You know, that we've been brave. We've been brave. So yeah, so that I'm so inspired. I think this is a really, really key topic that we need to be talking about, family of light. And I'm gonna be bringing through some, I think I'm gonna be bringing through some more videos about this particular subject matter. So thank you all so much. Thank you all, the amazing subscribers. It's going amazingly. Got like, made a video and like woke up the next morning, loads of people had seen it. Really, really happy. Please share if you like. And yeah, so Really excited about the Beltane gathering as well. That's happening on Monday. Family of Light. We have 120 people signed up so far to harness the energies to really anchor a collective healing for the divine masculine, to really just have that stabilized feminine in order to support the divine masculine who's basically the divine masculine is being led, or being slightly forced actually into realization, a lot of them, of their true beloved. And so there's a lot of shifts going down within the foundations of a lot of karmic partners at the moment with the masculine twin flames. And but all of this is necessary. All of this has been part of the divine plan to you know, so basically the divine masculine hasn't really been sort of, you know, has been kind of getting a bit lost in getting comfortable in the 3D matrix, but they haven't signed up for that. They've signed up for the 5D union, so their high self seems to be en masse having a bit of intervening to shake them up with their external circumstances, to like a bit of a wake-up call. There's a wake-up call going on for a lot of the divine masculine twin flames, who and this is what this gateway is about. It's about, there's a big huge shift going on, and I'm witnessing it already in my work. Like it's completely and utterly common for people that I work with to be very much in contact with their twin flame at this time, and things have shifted and clear, and that there's definite like they are showing signs, the masculine is showing signs that it really is beginning to wake up. So that's what I'm experiencing with a lot of the people that I'm speaking to, the clients that I work with. But you know, I'm being shown, like I just really stick to my own guidance and my own channel and bring through everything that I'm here to share purely from an empty source within me. And what I'm really deeply being shown is that there is a lot of angelic support that's coming through for the divine masculine to deliver them to their heart's desires, because the divine masculine has really sacrificed a lot of happiness and a lot of love and a lot of healing, because it hasn't felt it deserves it, hasn't felt worthy of it, and has unconsciously been wanting to punish itself through withholding itself from that, the chalice of self and of union with the beloved. And so I'm getting a really strong message that a very high angelic force is intervening and to support the divine masculines, and but it's going to, you know, this is going to manifest in the 3D matrix, because it's all to do with where they've found their security within the third dimension, and have kind of gone along with patterns of not really being satisfied, because they don't believe there's, you know, well, first they don't believe there's anything else really even out there for them, which is lack consciousness. But then on a much deeper level, they actually don't believe they deserve it, and they feel very guilty. And this is what we're clearing. This is like the masculine guilt, and that is actually what we're going to be working with at the Beltane gathering. Is we're going to be clearing the masculine guilt, really supporting the mass collective divine masculine consciousness, to clear this guilt, because it is this guilt that is keeping them stuck in inertia, and this timeline will not tolerate or support inertia. There is a huge, this is a huge, like, you know, within the evolution of humanity, there are moments, there are significant see, it's that there's something going on within the evolutionary cycle of humanity. There's, like, you know, it kind of like goes, it's always evolving. It's this light, just like this kind of like planet of light is what we really actually are, always evolving. But on those, within that circular evolution, there are certain points where there are absolute, definite and complete changes and transformations and upgrades, and we are in one of those points right now. And so at those points, this is where aligns a lot of angelic assistance, a lot of ascended master assistance, a lot of the particularly the higher self of the masculine twin flames it's like they've gone up a gear. They've gone up a gear to wake them up, because they weren't quite getting it. they were like, oh, you know, and all these karmic partners were coming in and, you know, getting all comfortable, and but that, no, hold on a minute, we have a mission. We have a mission, and what is the only reason why we are here is to fulfill and complete our mission. And so it is not tolerable any longer for you to be acting out in this asleep manner, where the 3D matrix has basically allured you into the false belief that there is security in what you know, when actually the truth is, like, you need to listen to your heart, divine masculine, and what is your heart really saying about this relationship that you're in, because you're getting really, really strong messages. And so there are huge shifts going on. We know that. Massive, epic transformations going on in the divine masculine timeline. And so basically the divine feminine needs to be prepared. She needs to be prepared for the divine masculine, because the divine masculine is coming, like, on the physical plane, is coming back. And so we need to get our field, we need to be absolutely stable. And this is why I'm so happy to be making this message, because we as the divine feminine, as these shifts and transformations are occurring, we need to be stabilized in our radiance, in our illumination, in our remembrance of the self. And then we support our divine beloved, whose ship is wobbling at the moment, and we stay stable. And this, you know, this is the ultimate gift that we can give our divine beloved, is our stability. And I really hope that this message is getting through. I feel it is getting through. I feel it is getting through, because it's time, and I feel like I'm stepping in as a bit of a cosmic coach to the divine feminine, saying, right, come on, divine feminine, you know, you're doing so well. You're doing so well. Like, you are the divine feminine. You are the divine feminine. Like, you're doing all right. You know, so anyway, obviously the divine feminine has her wounds. Of course, we know that as well, and we will be focusing, you know, as the whole transmission series keeps on evolving, you know, we'll be working collectively with the divine masculine and divine feminine. In fact, on the last transmission, we worked specifically with the divine feminine with regards, that's it, and it's all connected. It's all connected, because we did the restoration of the codes of self-worth for the divine feminine. And this was so crucial that we did this for the collective consciousness, to activate those codes of remembrance within the collective consciousness, all on our grid points. And so this already sent this information and lit up the grid with this upgraded information regarding the divine feminine. So we are working here with an extremely intentional paradise timeline that we are co-creating, yeah, things are just absolutely amazing, and I really am so honoured to be the messenger to bring forward these messages, and I will be sharing more now, and I've got my nice little setup, and you know, it's just me. Anyway, it's time for me to go. I've made too much of a long video. I love you all.